What's going on, Star Wars fans? Welcome to Star Wars Doctrine. Recently, there's been a lot of fun Star Wars stuff since the D23 Expo, as I know you guys have pretty much all seen the footage that was released for Episode 9, and there's a lot to talk about with that. But on this video, we just wanted to focus on one thing that's actually gone over most people's heads, I think, and definitely went over mine, but a lot of people
caught it on what, like the 100th viewing, roughly?
probably somewhere around there. But a lot of people have started to kind of catch on and talking about it a little bit now. But at the very end, right before we see the famous dark side Rey shot, we hear a little bit of Vader breathing.
Which was maybe just as chilling as Rey, because just the concept of having Vader in this is always exciting, I think.
Oh, absolutely. But just in the background, you can hear a small voice, and you got to listen very, very carefully to catch it. Maybe even slow it down a little bit, but you can hear a voice that it appears to be saying the line, I destroyed him. So a lot of people are discussing about what that could be, so we wanted to give our takes and thoughts. It's kind of hard to really hear whose voice it is, but it's definitely in there, and I can't imagine that JJ put it in there just for no reason. So
Right, it definitely didn't just slip into the soundboard.
Right.
Obviously, so it's definitely on purpose. I know, I think the obvious one is Sidious has been speaking, right? We'll drop it in the story so you can hear it too, but Sidious has been talking, so the obvious thought, like we all have, is Sidious is dead, right?
Right.
So with who killed Sidious, the answer is Darth Vader. So there's a good chance it could be Darth Vader speaking, right? Referencing how is it possible that Sidious is somehow alive, to what extent we don't know, but that Sidious wasn't just killed, he was destroyed. He was literally thrown down a shaft, blew up in the shaft, and then the entire Death Star blew up. So, like, he should be pretty dead.
Yeah.
But the voice doesn't sound anything like James Earl Jones' voice, in my opinion.
Right, it's not, like, super deep like that.
No, it's not as distinctive, but there's a chance maybe if someone would be saying this, it wouldn't sound like Darth Vader, you know?
Yeah.
It would actually sound like Anakin.
That's possible.
Because if it's a Force ghost, it would probably be the voice of Hayden Christensen.
Yeah, I didn't think of that, like it being a Force ghost that was saying that. Like,
right, if Rey maybe is coming back and being like, hey, I found this creepy old dude with shoots lightning out of his hands. Very scary. Said his name was Palpatine.
Force ghost Anakin's like, I destroyed him.
I literally threw yeah, so I don't know. I think that's a pretty plausible explanation, and something I would like to see is maybe just Rey revealing that there is this Palpatine figure or something, or actually maybe even Kylo, and having that conversation to Anakin or to some other Force ghost, and having the Force ghost of Anakin being like, that's impossible, you know, pretty sure I handled that situation.
Well, that'd be a cool scene just because that means Anakin would be in the movie.
Right,
so
and that would be freaking awesome.
The one thing that came to my mind when I first realized what the line was the line that Kylo says to Han Solo in The Force Awakens.
Ooh. When
he's talking about him he tells him to take off his mask, and he says, what do you think I'll see? And he says, my son. And that's when Kylo says, your son's gone, I destroyed him. He was weak like his father. So I was wondering if it was maybe the same sound bit, if they had pulled that from Force Awakens and put it in there. And
drop it in for you guys and you can compare.
Yeah, I think it sounds maybe similar. Might be an Adam Driver's voice. But then, you know, same point there is what would be the reasoning behind that. And I guess if he's referring to still the conflict within himself, obviously the whole Ben Solo versus Kylo Ren has been a theme through the first two. You can tell he's very conflicted, and maybe he's still battling himself, feeling like he's there.
Right.
Any thoughts?
I like kind of the idea of conflicted Kylo Ren, just going off of some other things we got of D23, is we got that really cool poster.
Oh, yeah.
Right, with Sidious in the background, kind of emphasizing Sidious's role, but Kylo Ren and Rey are fighting, and some people have noticed that Kylo Ren is wearing his stitched-together helmet.
Right.
But what is interesting is there's no shot in a trailer of Kylo Ren ever fighting with his helmet.
With his helmet on.
Right, the scene we have where him doing that awesome, like, slam to the ground.
No helmet.
No helmet.
And
that
then,
fight scene with Rey.
Fighting Rey in the waters.
Right, even that still with Vanity Fair, no helmet again.
Helmet. When he's walking from the ship, there's
literally never Kylo with a helmet.
Only the poster.
So part of me wonders, maybe were you going to see some sort of like split personality where Ben Solo's out doing things versus Kylo Ren. I don't know. That would be really interesting.
That'd be interesting.
So I'm definitely thinking there's something to that Kylo Ren, so that line could make sense. And even like that scenario where Sidious is trying to get him to be more dark side, and he's like, no, there's no more Ben Solo, even though obviously Ben Solo is still a prevalent figure.
Definitely. I guess the one other option, it could be him talking about Snoke, since Kylo actually killed Snoke.
That is true.
If for some reason, I mean, I don't think Snoke's going to make an appearance, but because Palpatine seems like he is, but you never know, it's possible, and maybe Kylo's saying, wait, I destroyed him.
Could be like
about Snoke.
He thinks like when he learns of some dark figure leading the First Order in the outreaches, he thinks it's Snoke, even though it's Palpatine.
Yeah, that's a possibility as well. Interesting. Well, guys, you'll have to let us know what you think in the comments. Very interested. Maybe you guys have some other ideas on who could be saying this line or what it could mean. Drop it in the comments. As always, may the Force be with you. Don't forget to like and subscribe, because
it is your destiny.